All right, as you can probably guess, here's a court COVID update. So, as I told you last week, we filed to have the arbitration award set aside. The city was responding to that, and we had to respond by yesterday, which we did. Then this morning, the city filed to have the original complaint dismissed, which was the basis for the TRO. We are filing our response to that this evening, and the city has till Thursday to respond to that response. So the chess game continues. Judge Mitchell has said he will rule as soon as possible, whether that's Thursday evening or Friday morning. We shall see. But that's just kind of where we're at here. And I get the time crunch. I hope, and I think he understands the time crunch here. Apparently, no aldermen, or I should say very few aldermen, understand the time crunch. The brass at 35th and Michigan don't seem to give a damn about the time crunch or the disaster that's about to happen. Politicians certainly don't. The mayor absolutely does not, or this would all be done with already, but here we are. So, worst case scenario, the complaint is dismissed, the TR goes away, and he grants no relief and sets aside the arbitration award, or waits until the labor board issues a decision on that complaint. There is a couple other venues we can still try and challenge this, but time is running out. So in a worst case scenario, come midnight, March 14th, there should be an even across the board approach. There's 2,809 officers as of March 1st who are unvaccinated. If the city was going to do the right thing, all of those officers who decided to not get vaccinated should be put into a no pay status at the exact same time at the stroke of midnight. If they want credentials and IDs, they can pick them up and schedule them at a later date, but every officer should be put and treated exactly the same in the same status at the same time. Let's see how serious they are about this policy and pushing it through. I'm going to say they're not going to do that. They're going to try and stagger it, which is unfair again, to put certain people in no paid status before others that are in violation of the same policy according to the city. So what they're doing, I have no idea. It's like this giant ridiculous game of chicken of who's going to blink first or who's going to say I give. It's unnecessary. And at the end of the day, the citizens of Chicago and the taxpayers are going to pay the price, along with the officers on the street. We just literally had a maniac decide in the middle of getting a pork chop sandwich at Maxwell Street that it was the smart thing to do to try and execute 2 police officers. Thankfully, they're both okay. But this mindset needs to stop. We need more officers on the street, not less. For any politician who's going to see this video, and I know there's some of you that get it, you really need to start banging the drum and asking, what the hell are we doing? Because you are going to have blood on your hands if you don't avoid this disaster that's coming. As developments kind of necessitate, I'll come up with more updates, but that's the latest update right now. Again, it seems to be that there is a higher acceptance rate for exemptions. If you did not submit one, there's nothing preventing you from submitting one right now. All the arbitration award said was the only legitimate considerations will be before December 28th. The city can still, the department can still accept and push forward your exemption request. They don't have to deny it just because it came in after the 28th. That's up to them. With that being said, I'll be in touch. Have a good night.